coming off of 4, battling for the win. Popular the
Oh,
wall.
he chokes it!
Championships. They are often won and lost in unambiguous ways. For Popular and Zodiac, they had been there before. One long season, 16 races to determine a champion. This season, however, was different. Every time it seemed like a driver was gaining an edge, another driver would come in and close the points gap. And for the first time in Halo NASCAR's 17-year history, something was going to happen that absolutely no one expected. This is the story of the greatest season of all time. For 17 years, Halo NASCAR has been a tight-knit community. Using the game's built-in Forge mode, league owners were able to create lifelike recreations and fantasy builds of NASCAR-style tracks. When the Forge feature was implemented in Halo 3, an entire community of racers sprung up. Anything from roller coasters to supercross maps were created, all for the love of racing. During this time, a community was created for lovers of this niche genre in what was supposed to be an FPS game. This community was called Halo Tracks. Halo Tracks was created to centralize the broader racing community, and it absolutely exploded in popularity, bringing in thousands of active users. This video is not necessarily about Halo Tracks, though to this day it is still going strong. Rather, it is about the league that was inspired by a desire to combine Halo racing with NASCAR. The Halo Pro Racing League was established officially in 2008 and has been going on ever since. This story takes place in 2024 during the 26th inaugural season of HPRL. There are two main characters in this story, Zodiac and Popular. Popular has been a mainstay in the Halo racing community for over 15 years. Well known for his forging prowess and skill across multiple racing disciplines, Popular was a heavy favorite to win his first HPRL championship coming into the season. He did have competition though. One of those drivers would be Zodiac. Zodiac had a later start to his Halo racing journey, racing first in 2015 and quickly becoming a prominent standout against his competitors. In the last 9 years, Zodiac has amassed 27 wins and 3 championships to his name, placing him second on the all-time wins list. The first race of the season for each driver, however, would not go according to plan. Zodiac and Popular had both finished 7th and 8th respectively out of 15 cars, scoring only 1 bonus point between either of them. It was the all-time wins leader AX7 Nightmare 8 who would inevitably win the Daytona 500. Coming off back-to-back championships, Nightmare was already cementing himself as a title contender for a three-peat. Popular, though, would strike back with vengeance next week at Rockingham, getting his first win of the season in dominating fashion.
Did we extend the race by 5 laps, no caution?
No, Popular wins.
God damn it, Gus.
Nuke second, Cam and I. Nightmare and Popular would trade wins the next 2 weeks, battling neck and neck for the points lead, with Zodiac struggling to finish higher than third. Halfway into the season, and things were looking tough for Zodiac. His highest finishing position was third, and Popular had already won 3 races, already amassing 19 playoff points. But heading into Indianapolis, something would change. Zodiac would finally get a runner-up finish, albeit behind another Popular win, but the momentum there was building. And at Illinois the following week, lightning would strike for Zodiac. Over the next 4 races, Zodiac would have an average finishing position of 1.75, scoring 13 playoff points in the process, while Popular's average finish was 8th. Popular would bounce back though, winning 2 of the last 4 regular season races, cementing his regular season points victory and the #1 spot in the playoffs. Zodiac made the playoffs easily, carrying over 32 playoff points. However, he had a huge mountain to climb. Not only was the back-to-back champion ahead of him by 6 points, Popular was ahead by an astounding 23. To put that into perspective, if Popular had missed an entire race and Zodiac scored the maximum amount of points, he would only be 1 point ahead of Popular. But Zodiac was not about to be counted out. The rules are simple. 4 races, 1 champion. Whoever has the most points by the end of the 4 races is crowned the champion. It was Popular's championship to lose. Even with bad finishes, he would have to have an insanely bad playoff to not win that title. It was all but his. Round 1 opened off hot. Zodiac needed to close the points gap as quickly as possible, and he would do just that by winning at Big Bear, while Popular finished in 5th place. While Popular finished 5th, it wasn't all that bad. He still had a huge lead and scored 3 bonus points to add on to his total. Round 2 was at a road course, a tough one for Zodiac, who while okay at road courses, is not one of the best. For Popular, however, this was right up his alley. The master of multiple disciplines pulled off a dominating victory over the rest of the field. Not only that, but he scored the max amount of points. Zodiac was able to salvage a 2nd place finish, but he knew that unless he could win next week, it was mathematically over. But before you knew it, Zodiac did exactly that. Checker flag this time by Zodiac wins by a lot. Zodiac scoring that win put him within 15 points of Popular. While winning the title was not likely, there was still a chance. A chance for Zodiac to pull off an improbable comeback. Colgate was said to be the final stage of the 26th HPRL season, a track known for its incredible racing and unpredictable moments. A long, grueling 160 laps awaited Popular and Zodiac, but before the race even began, Zodiac struck a blow to Popular. Zodiac had qualified fastest, thus earning him the pole playoff point, tightening the gap down to just 14 points. All that was left was to race, and Zodiac needed a lot of help. For starters, the easiest way for Zodiac to win the title would be to score all 3 playoff points available during the race by getting the pole, which he had already done, winning a stage, and leading the most laps. Even with this though, Popular needed to finish 5th or worse. Any top 4 finish, no matter how well Zodiac did, would win Popular the title. Zodiac could win in other ways, without receiving extra bonus points, but the formula was simple. Zodiac had to win, and Popular needed to perform terribly. The race was progressing at a rapid rate, a few early yellows followed by a period of long green flag runs with pit stops. Popular was performing well enough to win the title, and Zodiac was not leading. But with 7 laps left in the race, something happened that would turn the race on its head.
Oh no.
You made the transfer, man.
You made the
Don't
transfer,
come near me.
man. You better get into pit road, Squish. Oh, caution's out. We got a flipper. Multiple cautions out. Race to the line. Caution's out.
Squeezu had run out of fuel, bringing out an automatic yellow, changing the entire complexion of the race. While this helped Zodiac in the short term, it may have hurt him in the long run, as Popular had 1 less car to finish behind. The race restarted with 5 laps to go, and Zodiac was able to capture the lead. But coming to just 2 laps left, with Zodiac in first and Popular battling for a top 4, this happened.
Oh,
Fuck's
caution's
sake.
out. Race to the line.
Oh my
Caution's
fucking
out,
God.
race to the line.
Literally me again.
Elite MKB wrecked and had brought out another caution. There was going to be a green-white checkered. Drivers were calculating to only run 160 laps. With this caution, there were serious questions of who had enough fuel to make it an extra 3 laps. And on the restart, the 2 title contenders were lined up 1 and 2. Zodiac on the inside, Popular on the outside. One more time to decide it all.
Green flag back out of Colgate. Colgate, perfect start for everybody. We're back green. Who will make it back to the check? White flag this time by. Will we get a white flag or will we get another yellow? 5, 6 whites. Oh my goodness, almost 7 white.
my God. What is going on the inside?
Yeah, we're gonna get to the
Okay.
white. White flag is out. Nobody wrecked somehow. White flag is out of Colgate. Battle for the lead. Battle for the win. Battle for the title between Eddie and Zodiac. Elite to the inside. Elite flips.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He saved it. That could have been disaster for Zodiac. Coming off of 4, battling for the win. Popular.
The shock was immense. Elite MKB, a driver who had never won a race in HPRL, got to their inside, made it 3 wide, causing Popular to flip off of turn number 4. Popular would end up finishing last out of the remaining field of 10, giving him 13 points. And Zodiac? He did what he had to do all day. But at the last moment, in the last turn, needing a win, he came up 1 mongoose short. Elite had won, saving Popular's season. Zodiac was there. He had been all day. He had skill on his side. But sometimes, skill isn't everything. Elite would happily take the win, the first in his career. But this story was about Popular and Zodiac, an epic battle between 2 respected drivers of the series who came down to the final turn on the final lap of the final race to determine the champion. And for the first time in his HPRL career, Popular became a champion.